My name is Lester Clay. I work with Pastor Chom. Pastor Chom is an organization, a nonprofit, and it's geared to end the cycle of poverty in low-income communities. Um, Many ways we do that is affordable housing and workforce development programs to help build soft skills in people that maybe had challenges in their life. Our connection to the Raleigh Food Corridor is basically that it helps to merge different socio-economic classes so we could generate business in low-income communities and then also bring networks of people, different people together in a segregation and in the broader community. We have community gardens where we help alleviate food insecurities. We just got an award last year for that. But mostly we build the community gardens and provide food access to local people because in this community it's surrounded by businesses, corner stores who really don't have the best interests of the community as far as food, and they sell mostly alcohol and cigarettes. So it's a good way for us to bring it closer to low income community people, and then just as far as it affecting their budgets, because eating healthy is expensive. But if we could alleviate food insecurity and also build food literacy, so community members know the effects of not eating healthy, know how to prepare different foods, and also teaching on levels, breaking everything down as far as lessons. If we teaching about pollinators or teaching about the greenhouse effect, we take the time to break those things down, the lessons down, so people can understand them. So it's more like they learning instead of just doing the labor in the field, and also giving people a fresh start. Because a lot of people in these low-income communities, what happens is they get a record and they lose hope. But if you look at the definition of hope, it's an expectation for something to happen. And they don't have that expectation because history and kind of the system being kind of unforgiving unconsciously tells them that. So it kind of leaves them stuck in a place of ruts, almost like a subculture where they're doing things in the streets, giving up their peace of minds, and really they don't know where they can get a fresh start. So that's what the garden kind of serves. We run a program where we teach them gardening. Along with gardening, we build fences and sheds and have volunteers from different areas in a broader community to link with our participants. So those transferable skills get passed on in hopes to generate a spark to make someone not want to go back to the old ruts, and have hope that there is something if they continue just trying to be a productive member of society. Once you see like people actually get it, that it's about love and the intangibles, compassion and long suffering. It really changes the way people look at life and where they can go and what they can do. It's kind of like a holistic approach, because when we start to deal with food insecurity, it's a lot of other social issues that come into play, down to the schools around these low-income communities, the housing, the community ownership, the community business generated. So we're kind of tackling a lot of those different areas: social justice, food security, social enterprise, in hopes to just bring communities together and kind of give people a second chance. As far as Nutrition Hub, we got different goals, separate goals, and different people based on the demographic. So basically trying to set up nutrition classes, social justice workshops, more social enterprise, getting more produce into these local stores. So we've been doing outreach on that end as far as reaching out to restaurants, local restaurants like Happy and Hell. We've been selling a lot of different things. Last summer it was tomatoes and leafy greens. So we're going to upscale this model in this garden across the street, actually. But we're going to do a lot of tomatoes, beets, and just try to generate more income to make it the job sustainable in the community, and things work like a guild. So it's not like these low-income communities just waiting for somebody just to give them something, and they actually working and producing, teaching people to be producers instead of consumers, and kind of changing that mindset, that mindset of being a consumer and being a producer, which changes everything. Passage Home and Alliance, they tied for alleviating food security. So we want to collaborate by using the hoop house in our garden to grow, using 5 beds just to produce for like 5 or 10 elderly families. And we want to document how the change in the dietary plan affects the chronic diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes. So hopefully we can get someone from Alliance Medical to just do some diagnosis. We still got other people like NC State too, a lot of volunteers from there that would love to use their skill set to help people too. When people see myself in the community and they see that I've been through similar challenges, that's a really big part of it too. For people to see somebody doing it so they can have hope in themselves. I know it kind of sounds like a little different, but yeah, it really works because people motivate other people. Food security and food has kind of granted a platform to start these conversations. And the challenge is the mindset of the people, because if you want to end the cycle of poverty, you got to change the way they think about things. And right now, a lot of the people that we help, they're in survival mode. So they look at the right now, the instant gratification instead of the long-term gratification. Like, going to college for 4 years and being able to go in a career, but they're focused on how I'm going to pay rent this month or how I'm going to pay my light bill this month. The biggest challenge is that getting people to understand there's more factors that play into it, and getting people to understand that their mindsets have to change before anything else changes. I mean, we can believe in them as much as we want till our heart pour out, but when they start believing, that's when things start changing.